What's up, everybody? You're watching the Straight Edge Monster, and today I'm going to go through all the sweet finds of 2020, whether it be retro game stores, flea markets, GameStops, even gifts, right now. Alright, guys, we're going to start out with our Nintendo finds of 2020. So, this first part, I'm going to do all Nintendo stuff. I'm going to go in order, and then we'll switch it over to the next brand or console or whatever. But we're going to start with the regular Nintendo. Let's get it over here. So I didn't get too many games this year for regular Nintendo. As you'll find out as a common theme in this video, the Straight Edge Monster loves weird stuff. Weird pop culture like games. Games that you know that you haven't heard of, so they're going to be terrible to play. If you don't know a lot about me, I am a streamer on Twitch, and you can follow me on Twitch at SXEmonster, right there. And I'll do retro games. I have a PS5, which was probably my favorite thing of 2020. I got the PS5. I also got the two Mario Kart Live Circuit games for the Switch with Mario and Luigi cars. Love that. That was a great time with my Bulldogs chasing around the cars. Watching that on TV was hilarious. We're going to start here with a different Nintendo system, and that is the regular original Nintendo. So first up, we're actually going to go with the newest one, which was a limited runs game that I ended up getting last October. It is Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. So yes, I ordered, there was different colors. It was an original gray, I think the Silent Bob was green, but I got the J yellow. I think I did open this just to make sure that it was the right color, that I got the right one. But here's the old school Nintendo packaging, old school Nintendo box. Here is the old school book inside. Limited Run Games does a really good job with their products. I will not lie. When they release retro games for retro consoles that actually work, I definitely try to pick up on that. I didn't get the Star Wars one like I wanted to. That shit was expensive. But here is the Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl, and yes, it does work in the system. So pretty exciting stuff. Other than that, though, make sure I put the book back in there correctly. All right, next up we have Uncle Fester. Fester's Quest. You'll see a lot of price tags on these. That's not necessarily what I paid for it. I don't have it written down anywhere. And that's not even necessarily where I got it from either. So some cases you'll see GameStop tags, but I didn't get it from GameStop. Fester's Quest, which is probably one of the worst games, but I love Addams Family, and they never made a Monsters game that I'm aware of. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I will pick that bitch up so fast. And I can't believe they have never made a Monsters game, honestly, because I'm a Monsters guy over at Addams Family all day, every day. But anyway, Fester's Quest. Little fun fact, my brother Ethan, who I play Paladins with a lot of times on stream, he dressed as Uncle Fester one year and actually had the glowing light bulb and everything when he licked it. It was awesome, dude. It was really cool. Next up, speaking of pop culture stuff, we've got Gremlins 2 right there. Booyah. Probably another terrible game. I don't even think I played this one yet. This one eventually came from old Tommy Burns. I'm not going to put for some reason it has the address and the phone number. Back in the day, I guess if you lost your cartridges or whatever, I guess you thought we were on the honor system and they would be returned. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this one would have been returned to you, because I'm pretty sure Gremlins 2, the new batch, based off the movie, same name, is probably not great either. But I love Gremlins, so I had to get it. Next up, we've got Final Fantasy. Now, a lot of you will wonder if this is the original. Now, technically in the US, I believe this is the first one, but I actually think this is really the third one overall, if I'm not mistaken. So this isn't really the first one. I think this is just the first one that we as Americans got our hands on, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about Final Fantasy, but I picked it up. All right, here we go with the Super Nintendo. This right here is called the Super Game Boy, and if you ever had a Super Nintendo and a Game Boy, you would know exactly what this is, and it's an amazing thing. And the great thing about Nintendo is that they are awesome at making attachments for their systems to give their systems even more life. and more years on the life expectancy before they go to a new one. Like, just look at all the attachments for the Wii or the Switch right now. But yeah, Super Nintendo and Nintendo were no exception. They've been doing this for years. Super Game Boy, you plug this bad boy into the Super Nintendo, boom, you put Game Boy games in there, and then you can play the Game Boy games on your TV with these Super Nintendo controllers. There are also a couple Game Boy Color games that you can play, and I believe all the original Pokemon Game Boy Color games you can actually play on your TV with this, which is one of the main reasons I got it. Now I just gotta find the fucking Pokemon games. But yes, I am happy I picked that up. Super Nintendo, we also have 3 games that I picked up this in 2020 for Super Nintendo. Here we go. Now the first 2 are based off my other brother Ryan, who used to play the shit out of Super Nintendo. This one is the Aerosmith Revolution. Yeah, Revolution X. There it is at the top. That's right, Revolution X. Music is the weapon. Featuring real songs by Aerosmith. Featuring the actual artists of Aerosmith doing voiceovers in it. It's really, really bad, but really fun and really funny. He used to play this all the time. So it was a nostalgia impulse buy. As with the game that I hated watching him play, that he played constantly, dude. So much playing time on this fucking game right here. Arcana, an RPG that a lot of people, I believe, still don't know about, that should know about. Arcana, he used to play this constantly, dude. Hours and hours and hours. And all I wanted to do was play my Maddens and my basketball games and my hockey games. But no, had to watch him play Arcana over and over. So I got this as an impulse nostalgia buy just because I grew up watching him play it. Maybe this will entice him to come over and visit me across half the U.S. one day, and he can play the real thing instead of those dumb emulators that he always plays. And then my last one, as you'll see a common theme in here as well, is Scooby-Doo. I'm trying to pick up all the Scooby-Doo console games that has ever been made, and what better way to start than with Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo Mystery for Super Nintendo. Booyah, right there by Acclaim, baby. That's the 3 Super Nintendo games for 2020. Hopefully I can get my hands on some more in 2021. And in fact, I will get some more in 2021. But now let's go to the N64. All right, first up, we've got Blitz 2001. NFL Blitz 2001. Old school. You see it's beat up. The label's all messed up. That's whatever. N64, though. Blitz was great. I actually liked NFL Extreme better on the regular PlayStation, but I can't ever find it. The one with Mike Allstott from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the cover. So NFL Blitz, which was just a different version of that kind of game. A lot of people believe it to be an improvement, and a lot of people believe that NFL Blitz 2001 is the best Blitz game out there, which I can't really argue with. Blitz is a good game, and on N64, I think it ran better than PlayStation. So we'll put that there. So that's 1. I got 3 more for N64. Keeping up with what I just said earlier, not too long ago, Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. I don't know what's going on with the light, dude. I don't know. The last few videos I've been doing, it's been shining a light. I don't know if it's because the light's behind the camera or what. But there you go. Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers for N64. This came out in, looks like 97. I love the different color cartridges too. That's why I didn't get the gray with the Silent or the Jay and Silent Bob game. I got the yellow because I like to see different colors in my collection. And if it's got a different color in N64, I'm probably going to eventually pick it up just so it looks different. Not that I have a problem with the classic gray. I just like a little bit of variety. And speaking of variety, the next 2 games were gifts from my sister. She was in Charlotte, North Carolina at a retro game store and got me a couple N64 games and shipped them out to me as a gift. So these are always going to be held in high regard to me, no matter how bad they end up being. I haven't played either one yet, but I'm very interested in them. First, we have Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, which is a black case. Maybe I'm putting it too close to the camera. But yeah, Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. If you ever watched Batman the Animated Series, Then you probably watched Batman Beyond as well, that came out, I believe, right after it, where Bruce is the mentor. But yeah, that's that one. And then, of course, we've got this one, um, Spider-Man in red, baby. Spider-Man for N64. Of course, the big game last year or the year before, was it 2019? You had the Spider-Man game, and now you got this year was, or 2020 was, the Miles Morales game. Spider-Man. So I'm hyped for that. I have, I think Spider-Man and the X-Men Arcade's Revenge on Super Nintendo somewhere over there too. But yeah, those are my Nintendo finds. Oh wait, one more thing. After N64, we had GameCube. I did get one GameCube game because I got the GameCube um, last year as well. Sonic 2 Adventure Battle. Apparently, this game has literally everything you could ever imagine in this game, and they love it. I saw them play it. They were having the time of their life. Was worth it. Um, got it for 18 bucks, so not too bad. If you ever played that game, definitely let me know. What did you think of it? Is it as good as they are claiming it to be? But now we're going to move over into PlayStation, which is more of my realm. All right, everybody, we're back here with the PlayStation games that I found in 2020. We're going to go in order: PlayStation 1, then PlayStation 2, and then PlayStation 3. PlayStation 2 is only 2 games, but they were 2 games that I really wanted. I was trying to come up with ideas for Halloween streams in October of last year. I was still relatively new to streaming. I still really am. I didn't start till like the end of August last year to get involved with streaming on Twitch. So I was trying to come up with an idea because I had finished the Paladins Battle Pass way early, and there's really no reason to play if you don't play ranked to play after you already hit 120 on the Battle Pass, because you can't really get anything within the game. So I was like branching out to other ideas and things that I could do on the channel to help it grow and help reach new audiences. And so I decided to pick up a bunch of horror games or horror related games, and this just happened to be one. And I know it's one of my sister's favorite movies. It is Casper on PlayStation, and it's a greatest hit, believe it or not. So I have high hopes for this game whenever I do get to play it, because I didn't get to do a stream of it this time, or this year maybe, or last year rather. This year I might be able to. Hopefully I can fit it in. We'll see what happens. Fatso was my favorite. I even had a stuffed Fatso. I still might somewhere, but I don't know. And then the other one is a game that me and my brother used to play. He played it more than me, obviously. But Reloaded, dude. There was Loaded, and then there was Reloaded. And Reloaded is insane. This is, for its time, crazy as hell. This was rated mature for animated violence, animated blood, and gore. A killer soundtrack. Insane soundtrack. I believe this is the one that has the soundtrack. There's some PlayStation games that you can put them in your CD player and actually play the soundtrack. And I believe this is one of them. It's either this one or the first one. I want to say it's this one though. All right, on to PS2 time, and there is a ton of PS2 finds for 2020. First up, I've already streamed this entire game. Picked up most of the collectibles as well. Not that it matters, because PlayStation 2 doesn't have trophies, and I am a trophy whore, let me tell you. But Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro Am, which I had no idea it was even a golf game until I brought it home. I bought it because I just saw Aqua Teen Hunger Force PlayStation 2 game, and if there's any system out there that even closely resembles the original Nintendo, where we're just pumping out games on anything that is even close to relevant, kind of like, Funko Pops today, it's the PS2. If you had any kind of name or following behind you, you got a game. And Aqua Teen Hunger Force is one of those prime examples of that. Didn't even know it was a golf game, dude. It was a golf game, and I love sports games, and I love golf games. I love Everybody's Golf on PS4. I love the original Hot Shots Golf on PlayStation 1. I played the Tiger Woods and I believe the Rory McIlroy games. Was not expecting this to be a golf game at all. We were going through all my finds of my PS2 games after I figured out how to stream on PS2. Let my Twitch viewers pick. My friend Robert, who is Belly Nash on Twitch, he decided to pick this one. So I was like reading, it was like down to this one and another one that I'm going to show you soon. And so I was reading the backs of them to figure out which way we wanted to go for the retro stream. And that's when I finally realized that this was a golf game the whole time. It was so funny. Glad I picked it up. Next up, we just streamed this game as well. The entire game, we streamed it. I'm not even a Harry Potter fan at all. Belly Nash, I believe, is a Harry Potter fan. I'm not sure. He definitely knows more about it than I do. Christina, she huge Potterhead, but she won't play any games with me on Twitch. So we saved it for a big retro stream with me and Robert Belly Nash, and I think we did over 7 hours on that stream. You can actually still find it on my channel. It was only last week, so. But we ended up winning the World Cup as England. It was really fun. You had to play 16 games. You had to play each of the other nations twice. There was no playoffs. So wherever you finished at the end of the 16 games, that's where you finished. And it was based off of points, and we definitely had the most points. So that was a fun stream. Next up, my favorite SmackDown game. Now, the only SmackDown game that I want more right now in my collection is the second SmackDown game for PlayStation because of its endless career mode. But as far as gameplay, people in the roster and everything, Here Comes the Pain is where it's at for me. Love Here Comes the Pain. Excuse the train and the dogs and everything else in the back. That's not my dogs. My dogs are bulldogs. They're not yappy. And that train comes through like literally every 30 minutes. But anyway, Here Comes the Pain. My favorite WWE SmackDown game. A lot of good things about it. Looked really good for when it came out as well. Now, here's the other game that was going head-to-head with Aqua Teen Hunger Force for that stream that we picked out that I was telling you about. And I mentioned this on my channel trailer for Twitch as well. But this right here is the game that won't go away until we play it. And that's just how it's going to be. Strawberry Shortcake, the Sweet Dreams game. This exists. This game exists. And a lot of my retro streams, you're going to understand that, hey, these are games that exist in the world that you had no idea existed. And this is a prime example right here. Here we go. Next up, we've got Goosebumps Horrorland. Horrorland from Goosebumps. Goosebumps was big for me growing up. Me and my brother Ryan, we used to watch it all the time. The funny thing is the one where Don't Go in the Basement, I believe, was the one that for some reason was always on. Every time we watched it. Every time we watched Goosebumps, somehow that one always made it in. It was so annoying how many times they played that episode. But Goosebumps Horrorland. It's a extreme skate adventure from Disney. Literally made by Activision. And the same people that brought you Tony Hawk, believe it or not. It uses the power of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 game engine to pull off trick combos just like the pros, it says. But it's got Woody... It's got Buzz Lightyear. It's got Timon and Pumbaa, Simba. It's got a lot of characters from Disney movies. This is another one that a lot of people don't even know exists. But guess what? It does exist, and it's right there. Something else you should know about me, I'm huge into... Let me put them all together so you can see them. I'm big into the Ninja Turtles. Huge Ninja Turtle fan. Raphael is my favorite. Here are three completely different Ninja Turtle PlayStation 2 games. You got TMNT based off the animated movie. Oh, wrong side, my bad. TMNT based off the animated movie. And you got Turtles 2 Battle Nexus, Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. And then you've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up. Literally 3 games right there. And there might even be more. I'm not even sure. We streamed a little bit of Battle Nexus because it was multiplayer. I don't know if we're going to try to do that again. I don't know what's going to happen, but another retro stream is coming up soon. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do. Speaking of retro stream, here's a one I got from Play and Talk for $5.39, and it is a Shrek racing game. Shrek, Smash and Crash Racing. Now, you've heard of Crash Bandicoot. You've heard of SpongeBob Racing. You've heard of Mario Kart, of course. All these different racing games. But did you know that Shrek had a racing game? This exists as well. Had to have it. All right, Strike Force Bowling. I mean, I love bowling. Why not? This was a flea market find, and in fact, this one and the what game was it that I said? Oh, the Disney Extreme Adventure, the skateboard. Okay, so this, that, and a few others that I will go over were all in a box at the flea market, and the dude said I could have them all, literally all the games in the box for like $10. So I said yeah. Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. Now I will say that we this is the first game that we streamed after the Quidditch World Cup. Um, this game is so bad, so bad. I almost want to have Robert keep playing it, because if Veli keeps playing this game and we get to the story, like I just feel like I could provide such good commentary for how bad this game is. If you see this game and you really want to play a bad game, like for for fun, just to laugh with your friends about how bad it is, especially if you're a streamer like me, go for it. Especially if you can find it less than $10, which is clearly what I think what I paid for it. I think this one came from a flea market, not in the box, but just a different guy. Um, it's different, but it's not good. I don't recommend that game at all unless it's for comedic purposes only. Now these next three games I took from Christina's brother Ryan. He had an old box of PlayStation 2 games. I left most of them. A lot of them were like Japanese stuff that I'm not really into. But I did grab some of them. I got Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 right there, um, which I believe is a well-received game. I've got, speaking of Disney's Stitch Experiment 626. Got that game because I do love Disney stuff. And then my favorite, one of my favorite monsters of all time, actually probably is my favorite monster, Godzilla. And I will never turn down a Godzilla game. I've got this game and I've got a Godzilla game on, I believe, my PS4. That's really bad that I love to play. And I think I have a Godzilla game for Super Nintendo somewhere as well, or Play Nintendo, one of the two. So I love Godzilla games, even though most of them are just so bad. Um, Van Helsing I found last year. I believe this might have been in the box, but I can't remember for sure. I know it was at the flea market though. Van Helsing, based off the movie, which I think is a very underrated movie. Oh, and then Scooby-Doo makes another appearance. PS2, Mystery Mayhem. Gotta love it. Gotta love Mystery Mayhem. $25. That's a lot for that one. Hopefully that's good because I haven't played it yet. All right, we got a whole nother stack of PS2 games here, so let's go ahead and get through these a little bit quicker. We got Soul Calibur 2. There you go. We got Hall of Fame Pinball. We've got Mojo. We've got Puzzle Challenge Crosswords. Mojo, Pinball Hall of Fame, Puzzle Challenge Crosswords, and there's a couple more coming up. These were all in the box that I was telling you about. This is Neopets, The Darkest Fairy. If you don't know what Neopets is, you missed out because it was great. This one was also in that box. The History Channel Battle for the Pacific. That's right, the History Channel has a PS2 game. Theme Park Roller Coaster was also in the box. Kessen, ever heard of that? Well, now you have. It exists. It was in the box. And, oh no, there's still a couple more that were in the box. Yeah, it was a big box, but Kingdom Hearts was in the box. Lord of the Rings, Return of the Ring by EA was in the box. And then, I believe this was the last one that was in the box. This is the original, doesn't have the artwork, but it's got the book and it's got the disc, but it's Burnout, the original Burnout. So all those were in that box that I paid for an extra $10 because he just wanted to get rid of them because he wasn't a big video game guy. So I took them off his hands for him. All right, let's move on. We've got Need for Speed Underground 2, keeping up with the theme of racing there. If you grew up in my time period, you definitely knew about this game, definitely about the show anyway. Celebrity Deathmatch, one of the most popular short-lived TV shows that they tried to bring back a couple times with actual parodies of real-life people. Hilarious stuff. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, rather. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Greatest hit. We've got Summer Athletics, The Ultimate Challenge, which I haven't played yet. You've got another greatest hit in Ty, The Tasmanian Tiger. Here's one of those rare, weird games that you just got to pick up. You just have to pick it up when you see it. Didn't even know it existed until the very moment that I saw it. And that is WWE Crush Hour. It is literally a like their take on Twisted Metal, but with wrestling vehicles. It is so weird that this game even exists. But I'm glad I have it as a big wrestling fan that I am. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie Boogie's Revenge, which I haven't gotten to play yet. This was the game I was going to stream on Christmas and didn't get a chance to. Finally, we've got Monster Lab, which is described as a Tim Burton meets Pokemon type game that a lot of people don't know exists. This is Monster Lab, and it looks crazy as hell on the back. You perform outrageous experiments to build your very own mad monsters, face creepy quests and challenges in the eerie, uncanny valley, and pitch your ultimate creations in fierce combat against the super evil Baron and his grotesque army of monsters. So, there's that. Alright, so there's all my PS2 games, and now we're going to hit you up with the PS3 games. Alright, first up with the PS3 games. This is a game that I got early last year, and I'm so glad that I did because it blew up big time. Because every year around college football season, people realize that the last college football game, which is considered by a lot to be the best one, NCAA Football 14, and every year there's always rumors about, EA coming back and making a college football game and then making deals with paying players to be in the game and all that stuff. But in reality, it has not come to fruition. And the funny thing about this game is this is pretty much single-handedly keeping PS3 servers open right now because of this game. You can still play with people online on PS3 with this game. You can still do online franchise or dynasty modes, rather, I should say, with this game right here. This game is the last of a dying breed, especially for PS3 and, of course, college football. I'm so glad I picked this up when I did because now this game is going for an insane amount of money online because it is the last one that was made. Next up, we have Escape Dead Island, which I played during the October streams last year. Wasn't a huge fan of it. It's alright, but it just takes up too much of my time to be a game that I stream. And these games I got because I ended up getting two of the guns. The white and orange guns for PS3. I forgot what the hell they're called. These are the hunting games that came with those two guns. So you got Cabela's Survival and Cabela's African Adventures, still unopened. You can still see the plastic. We've got SOCOM 4, which also is PlayStation Move compatible, so it works with that gun as well. Sharpshooter compatible, that's right, it's Sharpshooter. Resistance 3, which also, I believe, works with it. Yes, Sharpshooter compatible as well. We've got Left 4 Dead, my bad. Never Dead, which I haven't played it yet. This was going to be possibly a October stream. Splatterhouse for PS3. Streamed this entire game in October of last year. This game is insane. Got 2D levels, got 3D levels, got all kinds of weird stuff. Big monsters, tons of blood and gore, rated mature, of course, for blood and gore and intense violence and nudity and sexual themes and strong language. This game is crazy. And then, of course, my last one that I got, I still haven't played yet, and I've always wanted to play this game, is Lollipop Chainsaw. Now, there's a few reasons why I want to play this game. One, the protagonist basically is like a Harley Quinn knockoff with a chainsaw. Number two, James Gunn, I believe, wrote the story. And then, of course, Tara Strong, who is my favorite voice actress, is doing the lead for the chick with the chainsaw. So, with all those things combined, I had to get this game. I remember when this game first came out, it had a lot of hype behind it. This was also a mature 17-plus game for blood and gore, drug reference, intense violence, partial nudity, sexual themes, strong language. But, yeah, I can't wait to play this game. This was definitely on the list for October streams this year. Those are all my 2020 pickups for my video games and video game accessories, as far as like the retro stuff. Now, of course, I've got a ton of PS4 digital games. I got the PS5 console and some PS5 games already. I've got a couple of controllers here and there, but nothing really worth showing off here. This was just more supposed to be about my games, and then of course I threw in the Super Game Boy because I'm super happy about being able to get one of those. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Keep it tuned into my Twitch and YouTube. I promise you won't be disappointed. And get ready for some more retro streams with all these games that I got. I'm excited for it. Thanks for watching.